What's going on, guys? So today I have another tutorial for you. This one is going to be how to solo Vermivorous the Invincible with the Siren. So to start off, you're going to want to fast travel to Hater's Folly. So once you're in Hater's Folly, we are going to be doing a glitch. And you can see right here I can't pick up any of this ammo, and this is because I'm on single player and I'm at full ammo. So that's you may have noticed that, like, if you're playing with a friend, then you could have picked up all of that ammo, and that's because ammo is shared in the game, so when you pick up some pistol ammo, your friend also gets that pistol ammo. But we are not going to be spawning Vermivorous here, and there's no Varkids here, so we obviously can't spawn him here. But what we're doing, it isn't really a glitch, it's more of exploiting how the raid bosses are programmed. When you get to the gates of the raid bosses in the DLCs, there's some sort of boundary there that automatically scales the game up to 4-player difficulty, and this is to make the raid bosses so that they're hard to kill unless you have 4 players, because they are meant for 4 people to fight, but people figure out how to do them solo all the time. So all you have to do is just run up to Master Gee's gate here and then head back. And when you have it scaled up to 4-player difficulty, Vermivorous is a lot more likely to spawn. So you could also actually do this at Hyperius's arena, but Hyperius takes a lot longer to get to, so it's easier just to do it here at Master Gee's arena. And you have to have defeated Hyperius at least once in order to do this. You have to have the mission available for Master Gee in order to do this. And as you can see back there, I was able to pick up all of the ammo that time, and that's because the game thinks that I have 4 people right now, even though we're on single player. And all you're going to be doing now is just running back to the fast travel, and we're going to fast travel to the Caustic Caverns. And you could actually go to the Tundra Express farmhouse, but I find that the Caustic Caverns is a lot easier with the method I'm going to show you. And at Caustic Caverns, or not Caustic Caverns, at the farmhouse, it's good if you have at least one more person with you because you can revive each other, but since we're doing this in single player, we don't have that benefit, so just fast travel to the Caustic Caverns. So before we actually get into the fight with Vermivorous, I'm going to show you my skill tree, and I'm also going to show you some items that I recommend for killing him. So right now I've got my skill tree on screen, and this is just designed to basically give you maximum damage. It's pretty much the same skill tree I use for all raid bosses. If you have a skill tree that you like better, then use that one. So the items that I recommend for doing this are, the first one is the bee, and this adds a ton of amp damage. It's a shield, and you can get it from farming Hunter Hellquist. The next item that I recommend is the ruby, and you get this from a quest called Rackaholics Anonymous, and you have to side with Moxie at the end of the quest, and she'll give you the ruby, and the reason you want this is for the health regeneration. Any damage you do while wielding the ruby gives you a certain percentage of health back, so if you take damage, then you could just use the ruby to heal yourself. The class mod I recommend is the legendary Siren, and you could get this from farming loot midgets, and you're going to want this because Vermivorous has a lot of health, so if you don't have the extra gun damage that this class mod gives you, he's going to be a pretty big pain. You're also going to want a fire version of the Sandhawk, and you get this from a quest in the first DLC called Whoops. And the last thing I recommend is a fire version of Bone of the Ancients, which you can also get from Loot Midgets. And if you watched my previous videos, then nothing on this list is new. It's all of these items have been used in my previous videos, so you might already have them if you have watched my last few videos. Okay, so once you get to the caustic caverns, all you're going to want to do is run past all these Varkids here. You can actually walk past them once you're past them, because they're not very fast, because they're just in the larval stage right now. And you're just going to want to run past this little shack here and sort of circle around here for a couple seconds, and then go inside of the shack. And what you're doing here is you're bringing all of these Varkids over to this area, and in that little area behind where the shack is, a Crystallisk almost always spawns, and he will actually grab the attention of the Varkids. Now, unlike what I was doing here, you probably will want to have the bee already equipped, because with the massive amp damage with the ruby, you can heal yourself very, very quickly. But using the glitch at Master Gee's Arena, the larval Varkids actually have a 100% chance to morph into at least adults. So they will always transform into adults, guaranteed. And as you can see, that badass was attacking me through the window, but I was able to just phase lock him while holding the ruby, and I healed myself back up to almost full health. And right here, you might have been able to hear the Crystallisk spawn right there. And you can see that the super badass is no longer going after me, he's actually going after the Crystallisk. So in this area, Crystallisks are going to be your friends. So after a while, you may or may not end up with an ultimate badass Varkid, and this is the stage before Vermivorous. And I'm actually just going to read you some stats off the wiki that have like what the chances are for them to morph into the next state and how long it should take approximately. So I can't confirm if this is 100% true, but the numbers do seem to be accurate. So these are the evolution chances for true Vault Hunter mode. It says that the evolution chances in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode seem to be even higher, but exact percentages are unknown. But they seem, to me anyway, to be very similar to the chance that's listed here in True Vault Hunter mode. So for a larval to an adult using the 4-player glitch, it's a 100% chance. For an adult to a badass, a 70% chance. For a badass to a super badass, a 50% chance. For a super badass to an ultimate badass, a 40% chance. And for an ultimate badass to Vermivorous, it's a 12% chance. And listed under this, it also says that there's a chance for a larval Varkid to morph directly into Vermivorous, but I've never actually seen this happen. So if somebody has seen this happen, just post it in the comments. And it's also the time here, the time that it takes in between morphs. So if a larval Varkid takes any more than 10 seconds to morph, then it's not going to transform at all. But of course with this glitch, all larval Varkids transform, so you don't have to worry about that. For an adult, it should take at maximum 20 seconds. For a badass, 30 seconds. For a super badass, a minute. And for an ultimate badass, it can take up to 2 minutes. So after these times are over, so if you've got an ultimate badass, then just wait the 2 minutes and then kill off all the Varkids. Like right here you see I'm going to kill this ultimate badass, because he isn't going to transform. He's not going to become Vermivorous, unfortunately. but I left this clip in here because he actually drops a Quasar when I kill him. So if you didn't know, Ultimate Badass Varkids have a higher chance to drop the Quasar, which is a legendary grenade, and you'll also get quite a few Tubby Varkids while doing this, and they have a high chance to drop the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and that's a legendary shield, and also the Bunny, which is a legendary launcher. So don't expect to get Vermivorous on your first try. It takes quite a few tries usually. You can get it on your first try. I have before, but usually it'll take a couple tries to get him to spawn. After you've killed all the Varkids, just run back to where the Varkids were initially, and there will more Varkids will spawn there. What I'm actually showing you is sped up because it takes quite a long time to get him to spawn, and you might have actually been able to hear him spawn right there. But I was just busy trying to get rid of this badass and I didn't even notice. So I just looked over and saw the giant pod and then saw his leg come down, and I knew I had got him. So once you get him to spawn, the hardest part is over. All you have to do is stand way back here by the entrance to the Caustic Caverns and just shoot him with the Fire Sandhawk, and he takes a long time to die. He has a lot of health. And he supposedly has about twice the health of Terramorphous, but because slagging him only lasts for literally about a second, you can't even really get any benefits off the bonus slag damage, so it does take a long time to kill him. If you hit him in the tail, you can do quite a bit of damage, but unfortunately for me, he most of the time was facing where I was or to the left or the right, so he wasn't making it very easy to hit his tail. But he's not a very hard boss using this method because he will spend most of his time just attacking that Crystallisk and won't even bother for you. The only thing you have to watch out for are the suicide Varkids he sends out. And if you run out of ammo like I do here, you could actually just go back to the ammo dump that's at the entrance and buy more, so it's a really convenient spot to do this. And after you shoot him for a long time, he will eventually die. Unfortunately, his drop rates don't seem to be very good for legendaries. I've killed him quite a few times now and have not seen one single legendary. And he can drop the Norfleet, which is the best rocket launcher in the game. He can drop the Nasty Surprise, which is a grenade mod. I don't really know too much about it. And he can drop all of the legendary class mods. Originally, he was the only place you could get the legendary class mods, I believe. Before the loot midgets and everything, but loot midgets are way easier to get the legendary class mods now, because you can just kill them a few times and they'll probably drop one. The drop rates for legendaries on the loot midgets are extremely high. They drop them really fast. So any Varkids that come along, just kill them, because we don't need to deal with any more high level Varkids while we're trying to get rid of Vermivorous here. And he's just about dead now. And unfortunately for me, he didn't drop anything good, so hopefully you will have better luck on the drops for him. Maybe you'll get a Norfleet or something. So after I killed him, I just put on the Unkempt Herald to get rid of the Crystallisks and whatever Varkids are left. Because Crystallisks if you shoot them with explosive weapons, you don't have to hit them in the legs, you can actually hit them just anywhere on their body. Right here, this Crystalist kills me, but I end up killing him and get back up. But I'll see you guys in another video.